And we're live. What is going on, everybody? It's me, Andrew, here. Welcome to this video. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to sweeten and clean up audio for podcast and video, for both podcast application or even video production applications. It's very simple. We're going to be using this tool called Fairlight in Davinci Resolve, Blackmagic Davinci Resolve. And I'm going to walk you guys through my simple yet easy to understand workflow. It's so easy, even your grandma can do it. Alright, guys, let's jump right on the computer. Alright, so we are on our computer, and we're going to open up the project file right here, Neela's Poem. This is a project that I'm going to be using to demonstrate how to go about doing this sweetening and cleaning up of the audio. Let's go ahead and jump right in. This is what the original audio clip that we're going to be sweetening sounds like. I'm going to play the first 3 sentences, and then I will play what the final version sounds like, the first 3 sentences, and then we're going to jump right into the process. So let's play it.
I keep staring. I keep watching. I keep studying.
Cool. Those are the first 3 sentences. And let me go ahead and play the next 3 sentences. The first 3 sentences processed. Let's go ahead and do that with music in the background.
I keep staring. I keep watching. I keep studying.
Cool. So, what are some of the differences that we noticed? Well, for starters, this audio, her voice is a lot louder than the first audio, right? The amplitude is higher. By amplitude, I mean volume. It's higher. So, we're going to have to do a couple things. We're going to have to raise up the volume level of the audio clip from the waveform being so small to boosting the audio level. And then, what we're going to have to do next is we're going to have to do some noise restoration, because when we boost up the levels, we bring up the decibels, we bring up the amplitude, we bring up the volume. That's gonna create a lot of background noise, because the audio wasn't recorded in a booth, it was recorded in a regular space, which is fine because we can get rid of the background noise. So that in of itself is an easy way of getting rid of the background noise. We'll walk through a process, a workflow for getting rid of the background noise, which is very easy to follow and use. That is that. The next thing we're gonna have to do after that is to add some equalization, some EQ, to kind of spice things up a bit. Throw some seasoning on the sauce, and then we can also throw in some dynamics, some pepper, some paprika, some dynamics. You can think of the dynamics as paprika or like some specialty seasoning, to kind of make the sound a bit more thick and full, make her voice sound a bit more luscious, right? And like how you heard it in the audio. So let me go ahead and isolate it and play for you.
I keep staring. I keep watching.
So that right there compared to this.
I keep staring. I keep watching.
See the difference? It's a huge difference. So we're going to go from this to this. So with that said, let's jump right in. First thing we're going to want to do is we're going to create a new timeline. Right click on the empty space under the media pool, and right click on there, go to timelines, create new timeline. Or you can press Control N. You can go ahead and do that. Make sure that audio is on stereo. Timeline, name your timeline. I'm just going to keep it generic. Create that timeline. There you go, timeline number 2 for demonstration purposes. We're going to go ahead and want to bring in the original audio track and bring it to the timeline and change. Then we're gonna want to change the 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 type of track it is to mono because it's a voice track. Right click on the track information near the controls, near the transfer controls, and change that to track type to mono, right? So we have it's a voice track, so it has to be mono. We speak in mono, not stereo. We're humans, we're not aliens. So yeah. Um, so like I said, the first thing we're gonna have to do is that we're gonna have to normalize the audio. So let's just jump right into the Fairlight page I was telling you guys about, which is right here, the music icon on the very dock of the tool, and go ahead and stretch this out, expand this so we can see the waveform. Now we have these options right here, where we can click on this right here, the track display options, and we can set, what we want for our track to kind of see, what we want to see for our track, right? If you wanted to show the bands and whatever, you can change that and make that view suitable to your liking. But I'm not gonna touch that right now. But I just want to mention that in case you want to kind of have options, right? So with that said, the first thing we're gonna want to do is that we're going to want to boost the audio level. So you right click on the clip, and then you want to go to normalize. Now, what normalize is that it's in a normalized audio level according to standards that are in the industry. So basically, there's different standards. Netflix, all these standards. It will use the algorithm to analyze the audio clip and conform it to the standards that it's conforming to that you select. So I use True Peak and I leave it at -2 decibels. And I click normalize. My computer is fast, so it doesn't take that long. And it's a short clip, so it won't take that long. The longer the clip, the longer it takes to normalize, especially if you have a slower computer. Okay, so with that said, you normalize the clip. So what's going to happen, I told you, is that there's going to be a lot of background noise. Let me play the first two sentences, and you're going to hear a lot of screeching and background noise.
I keep staring. I keep watching. I keep studying.
So there's a lot of background noise. And the problem that presents is that because it's background noise, it's going to interfere with the audio in itself as a whole. So when I first want to clean it up, scrub it clean of the background noise. Now there's more advanced techniques, but I'm just showing you a beginner technique right here. What we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to go ahead and go to noise restoration. So we're on audio 1. You want to go ahead and look at the mixer on the side and click on A1 and go to where it says effects and click on the plus button and go to noise restoration and restoration and noise reduction. Click on that process and it will load into the channel rack, the effects channel rack. Okay, so we're gonna want to go to change it from default to de-rumble and hiss. From there, we're gonna want to go change that to auto speech mode. What that does is that it basically analyzes the clip and then makes the corrections and adjustments from there. Manual can be also done, but I'm not gonna teach you guys how to use manual from here because that's advanced, and I'm not gonna. That's beyond the scope of this. That's beyond the pay grade of this video. So in this process, let's think of it as a process. Noise reduction process. There's only one button that you really have to pay attention to. I mean, these ones are more advanced, but the only one that matters to you right now is the dry and wet process. Dry means dry; there's nothing on it, and wet means it's nice and it's almost like a bowl of how do I put it? Poutine. Poutine's like fries and gravy and cheese curds in Canada, by the way. I like that better than eating regular fries. So you can think of it as a wet and dry. Um, so we're gonna go to if we go ahead and adjust it with wet, adjust it, play it back. You can
I
tell
keep staring.
you can tell that the audio level, the background noise has cut down drastically. So let me play it again.
I keep staring. I keep watching.
Okay, let me go ahead and demonstrate the dry and wet thing to you again. But I'm gonna turn turn it towards dry, and you're gonna hear the difference.
I keep staring. I keep watching.
Okay, let me go ahead and turn this up to, let's say, 100%, so you guys can hear the difference now.
I keep staring. I keep watching. I keep studying.
Cool. So that is 100%. You don't want it to be 100%. You want it to be. You want to back it off, and probably be somewhere around, let's say 85, 90, 85. 85 is cool. 85 is cool. I might even go 90. I might even go to 90. I might even go to 90. 90. Might even go to 90. 90. That's cool. The reason why you don't want to abuse it too much is because unless it's really required and you have to save the audio, it's because sometimes it changes the dynamics of the audio clips and the voice person, right? It makes it a bit more thinny. So you want to use it with caution, but you can kind of free to go wild with it. But use it with caution, common sense. It's not a magic healing button, so it is what it is. Let's go ahead and close this process down, and now we're gonna go ahead and add another process called an equalizer. Now what this equalizer does is that it lets you adjust certain frequencies in the soundscape, like bass, treble, mids. It lets you adjust certain frequencies and tune that and fine tune it to your liking. So we're using that to kind of get rid of some of the imperfections in the voice over narration. So let's go ahead and go to EQ and change this to, I just use a default. I don't really play around with it because again, that would take too much time, and I just use a default female laugh fixer, and it gives me a nice curve. I can adjust it by minutely, like by up here, dragging this down and tweak it minutely, but I use this as a framework to make my adjustments from there. So let me go ahead and change that to here. Female laugh fixer. Dialogue. Clean and add high end. Let's use this one. Let me just play that back and see what it sounds like.
I keep staring.
No, I don't like that. Let me go ahead and add the female laugh fixer. That changes the.
I keep staring.
Okay, cool. That's good. We added that process. So if it's male, you wanna add male laugh finisher, female laugh fixer, and then from there, what we want to do is we want to add the paprika that we're talking about, the dynamics. Double click on the green line, and change that to full expander right away. We want the full thick of the voice, and also turn on the limiter and leave that there. Maybe we can turn the threshold of the limiter down a bit, but yeah. We can go ahead and play it back.
I keep staring. I keep watching.
Adjust the limiter a bit.
I keep studying.
Bring the limiter back up.
I fawn over his lips and the way they cough.
So you can tell the audio level is much more thicker than before. If I play it back without it,
look at his beautiful eyes and what's occupying his attention.
if I play it with it on,
I look at his eyelashes and how just simply pretty they are.
you know,
I look at his jaw moving
turn it back on.
and how he talks to me and people around.
Cool. Let's go ahead and take that off there. Yeah, so that's the dynamics. You add the dynamic, you add that process to it. So we have three processes so far. We have dynamics, which we added an expander, full expander preset. We added a noise restoration, and we added the EQ. Now the last thing we're gonna want to add to this is right here. What is it? Is well, it's kind of done. That's pretty much. I think we're practically done. Practically done here. So the next thing I would want to do, if you're inclined to do so, is to remove the dead space. The dead space, which is these things right here, these sound clips, so that it can be much more refined. Now you don't want to close the gaps, and how you remove the dead space is that you click on the marquee tool, which is right here, the marquee tool, or you can press R, which is also known as the range tool or the marquee tool. Marquee is a fancy way of saying it. It's a range tool. You click on that, and you can drag the space between, and then press backspace. Now you can keep doing that for all your clips. If it's a short space, you don't have to. But if it's a longer space, like a short space like right here, you might not have to, but longer space like here, you will have to do that. So do that, and then what that will sound like is this. After you're done that, you can go. Oh, by the way, whenever you make changes on the Fairlight page or any of the other pages, it reflects on the edit page. So you go back to the edit page. After you're done that, then you can add some music, add the music and do all that stuff. Your timeline should look something like this, where you remove the pause, the long breaks in speech, and you can go ahead and play it back with some background music, and that's mixing and leveling audio, which I can show you guys how to do in another video. But you have an audio track that is nice and fully mixed, and with some background music, it sounds like this, like I played in the beginning.
I keep staring.
Oops, let me go ahead and take it off solo. Let's play it back.
I keep staring. I keep watching. I keep studying. I fawn over his lips and the way they cough. I look at his beautiful eyes and what's occupying his attention.
Yeah, so that's a long way from the original clip, which sounds like this. It's a long way from the original clip, which sounds like this.
I keep studying.
So, with that said, if you want to check out this podcast that I help edit, it's called In Lines and Verses by Ty Lily on all streaming platforms. You can check it out, show her some support, and yeah, go from there. And there you have it. I hope you learned a thing or two today about how to clean up and sweeten audio and make it sound like mwah. So, with that said, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And share this video with your friends if they need help doing the same thing that I just taught you. Don't be a gatekeeper. Share the knowledge, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.